Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are tackling a huge question. What are the real secrets to a long and healthy life? We're going to go way beyond the usual fads and dive deep into the science of the world's longest-lived people. So let's kick things off with a pretty mind-blowing number. Get this. According to the famous Danish twin study, only about 20% of how long we live is locked into our genes. That means a full 80% comes down to our lifestyle and, this is the key part, our environment. And that is amazing news, right? It means we're in the driver's seat. Okay, so if lifestyle is the key, who's actually nailing it? Well, a team of researchers went looking, and they found 5 really unique places where people don't just hit age 100 at 10 times the average rate. They've also managed to sidestep the big diseases like heart disease and cancer that affect so many of us. They called these places blue zones, and by digging in and really studying these communities, they found a kind of recipe, a set of common threads for a long, healthy life. So you ready? Let's get into it. First up is Pillar 1, move. And right off the bat, it's probably not what you're thinking. We're not talking about hitting the gym for hours or running marathons. No, it's something much, much more natural. See, people in the blue zones don't really work out. They just live. Their lives are set up in a way that they're constantly moving without even thinking about it. They walk to a friend's house, they work in their gardens, they do chores by hand. Their environment is basically the ultimate personal trainer. Pillar number 2 is all about your outlook. And it turns out what's going on in your head, your whole perspective on life, is just as important as anything physical. A huge piece of this puzzle is having a real sense of purpose. You know, in Okinawa, they have this beautiful word for it, Ikigai. It's literally your reason to wake up in the morning. It could be taking care of family, perfecting a craft, whatever it is, it gives your life meaning. And I mean, this isn't some fluffy feel-good concept. The research actually suggests that having that sense of purpose can add up to 7 extra years to your life. That's powerful stuff. It's not just about living long, but living a life that feels worth living. Okay, let's talk about the one pillar that everybody wants to know about, food. What are these incredibly healthy people actually eating? Well, the principles are actually pretty simple. First, they lean heavily into plants. And beans are the absolute star of the show. Second, they have these clever strategies to not overeat, which we'll touch on. And finally, in most of these places, they enjoy a little bit of wine, usually with good food and good friends. And here's a perfect example of how these small, environmental things can make a huge difference. Research shows that just by using a slightly smaller plate, say a 10-inch instead of a 12-inch, most of us will eat about 23% less food without even realizing it. It's all about making the healthy choice the easy choice. And that leads us to our 4th and final pillar, connect. And honestly, this might just be the most powerful one of all. And it has nothing to do with diet or exercise. You see, in every single one of these blue zones, deep, meaningful connections are everything. Family comes first, they belong to communities, often based on faith. And maybe most importantly, they've got the right tribe. It's wild, but research shows that behaviors like smoking, obesity, and even happiness, they're literally contagious. The longest-lived people are surrounded by friends who lift them up. So there you have it, the 4 pillars. Simple, right? Move, have purpose, eat well, and connect. But, hold on. If you think it's as simple as just checking off those 4 boxes, well, the story gets a whole lot more interesting when we dig a little deeper. We all love the idea of one magic diet, don't we? The one perfect way to eat for a long life. But when you really look at what these different communities are eating, that whole idea, it just kind of falls apart. Just look at this. It's fascinating, right? In Okinawa, the diet was historically built around sweet potatoes and pork. Then over in Sardinia, you've got shepherds eating tons of sourdough bread and goat cheese. And in Costa Rica, it's all about corn, beans, and squash. There's absolutely no single food pattern here. Okay, let's take a famous example. You've probably heard about this one, the Okinawan practice of calorie restriction. They have this 2,500-year-old saying, hara hachibu, which is a reminder to stop eating when you feel about 80% full. But, and this is a huge but, that wasn't the case everywhere. Not even close. Historical data shows that the shepherds in Sardinia and the farmers in Nicoya did not restrict calories like that. Their lives were so physically demanding, they needed more fuel. It just goes to show you, one size definitely does not fit all. And another thing, These diets aren't some ancient recipes stuck in a museum, they change. In Sardinia, for example, the diet shifted pretty dramatically after the 1950s, bringing in more variety, more fruits and veggies. And some researchers think this newer, more balanced version might be even healthier than the old one. So where does that leave us? If there's no magic diet and it's not just a simple checklist, what is the actual secret here? What can we take away from all this? It all comes down to this idea of shaping your personal environment, what the researchers call your life radius. Think about it. It's the area where you spend 90% of your life. The real goal is to set up that space so that you're just automatically nudged toward healthier choices every single day without even trying. So what can you actually do like today? Here are 3 super simple ways to start building your own blue zone right where you are. 1, eat more beans. It's the one food that really does show up everywhere. 2, shrink your plates. It's an easy win. And 3, really think about your tribe. Find the people who make healthy living feel normal and fun. See, in the end, the big lesson here isn't about chasing some secret from a faraway place. It's about realizing that you have the power to build a longer, healthier, happier life right here, right now. It's about building a better world for yourself, one small choice at a time. So the real question is, what are you going to build first?